Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me murder.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Brooklyn's Balance. You guys said you needed that balance, and we are here with it. Again, you are here with me, your host, Miss Meekz, and I am sitting here with a different set of guests. You guys have all seen them collectively on different episodes, but right now we're going to play Survivor with them because, you know, they're all fighting for a spot for some stuff that you're going to find out later. So I'm going to have each guest introduce themselves. So starting with...
Yes, it's your girl Stella, representing Stella Talks. And you already know what it is. I'm honored to be here on Brooklyn Balance.
Yo, what's the word? It's your boy Frank Stoney from Stoney TV.
Hey guys, it's Trini.
She's so annoying with that. Well, that's what y'all know her as. I don't know her as that.
That's Trini.
So just in case if there's moments where you hear me slip up and say, you know, their actual identities, don't hold it against me. Please don't. So today's topic that we're going to talk about is opinions versus feedback. Not opinions versus facts. Opinions versus feedback. I find that this is a conversation that needs to be had. It seems like it's so simple, but honestly, I think us as a people, we misconstrue the things that we have learned in school. So the way that I always start conversations off with is a definition. So does anybody have the definition for an opinion and a definition for feedback, or however they want to interpret it if you don't feel like Googling it, because you can Google it, but what's y'all definition of an opinion?
I think an opinion is a perspective, is a point of view. It's a person's point of view.
Copy.
You know, I leave that there.
An opinion is your judgment. That's how I see it. My personal judgment on a view.
All right.
That definitely is what it is. I was about to say that opinion is definitely a judgment or something doesn't have too much knowledge. Like you just saying what you think. You don't really have facts behind it.
Not necessarily, not too much knowledge. The opinion could be fact, but okay, let me.
Certain
What you think?
certain people opinions don't really be having no knowledge behind it though.
That's true.
Yours may, but not
That's
everybody
true, but what
else's.
did you just say before you said that?
That's true, but I'm standing on that though.
Okay, so stand on it.
My opinion is my judgment. It's off of something you're showing me or something I'm seeing or hearing, and it's what I feel. So if I feel, I'm judging off of what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing.
So that's your knowledge. That's not.
Yeah, it's not like
basic knowledge.
it's not in the history book.
But
know
you
what
could
I'm
also
saying?
have an opinion on a fact.
I mean,
Depending.
yeah, opinion on a fact. I'm judging the fact, and I'm thinking of what I feel on this fact.
You could have a point of view on a fact that someone else can't see, that you're trying to
But
give
how
them.
would you know it's a fact? How do you know that that's a fact? Where
It
you
depends
finding
on the
fact at?
topic. It depends on the
shit,
subject
like
matter. It depends on the dynamic of the conversation,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That's how you know it would be a fact. That's how we would determine now if it's a fact or an opinion.
I mean,
So first we have to determine.
it's a 50-50. Like, it's 50-50 because it's still a judgment.
You
like,
got to determine what it is first before you even
it
put
depends
a
on what
judgment
I'm
on it.
seeing.
You got to before you even put a judgment on it. You got to.
All right, so give me an example. Like what?
For an example, Black history, slavery. It's a
Okay.
fact. It happened. We all have opinions. The white people them have opinions, but it's a fact. It happened.
Right, it's a fact that it happened. That's not, but my opinion is not that it happened. My opinion is how I feel about it happening. So yes, it's a fact. It happened. Okay, we know that. But I feel like this and I feel like that. But that don't mean that you have the same feeling I have.
True.
So you can't tell me that what I'm saying is not a fact. It's my fact.
Yeah.
It's still my judgment off that fact.
An opinion.
So there we go. So all right now, y'all are both right. Nobody's
No.
wrong. Y'all are both right. I'm going to give you what Google says. A view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. It can be personal. Opinions most of the time are unwanted, and opinions are biased.
Super.
Do we
All the time.
agree with that?
Yes.
Yep.
Go for it.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
we're going to keep that there. So when we get to the game that we play and we answer these questions, we're going to remember what an opinion is.
Can I say something
Feedback.
before you get to that?
Go ahead.
I personally don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion, so
I
that's why you can say what you want, but your opinion is how you feel. That's your opinion. You could think like
Maybe
that.
a little bit.
Feel like no all the time.
Maybe a
I don't,
little bit.
No, I never give
Don't
a
you
fuck
got a
about
show?
nobody's opinion. That's true, but even on my show, I tell
Okay.
you, I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
True,
Think
but
I
you
care.
created a show for an audience.
So I got a
what?
question. So when you state your opinions, do you care if somebody give a fuck about how you
Absolutely the fuck not, because you don't gotta feel what the
feel?
fuck
So then
I'm
why state your
feeling.
opinion?
Because I'm gonna speak on what the fuck I feel like
Alright.
saying. I'm
I
outspoken.
respect that.
You feel me? You don't
For
gotta
who?
agree
Feel
with
it.
it.
For who?
Everybody. I speak for anybody, but just because you may not feel like my opinion is a fact or you're not jacking what I'm jacking, I don't
You ain't
give
gonna
a
hear
fuck.
it.
I'm standing on what the fuck I said.
Okay.
Feel me?
That's
So it is
right.
what it is. That's why I was quiet when y'all was doing that shit, because the way I feel, I'm standing on what the fuck I said. You may, right or
And
wrong,
you feel
I'm
like it's a
standing on it.
judgment, right?
I mean, I may be judging.
Come on,
some
don't
people.
change that.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I
Don't
judge
do
people,
that.
but sometimes I don't. You feel what I'm saying? And 10 times out of 10, I don't
What
judge
does it
nobody.
determine off of?
All right. If you saying some bullshit and I know it's bullshit, I'm definitely gonna judge you because I know you know it's bullshit, but you just trying to be ignorant just to try to get the attention.
Example.
All right. Prime example right now is niggas saying, all right, this right here, white women are better than black women. That's certain black men opinion, and I'm not jacking that at all.
Well, that's
Feel
an
what I'm saying?
opinion. We don't.
No,
that's
it's
a-
not. That's stupid. That's not an opinion. That's not a fact.
Okay.
I'm jacking the sisters over snow bunnies any day.
Mm.
But then they got some men. They got some men that are jack
Yeah,
opposite
them
of
niggas,
you.
yeah,
so.
them niggas is
Yeah.
Terry Cruising from white chicks. That's cool. That's not me. You feel me? So that opinion is bullshit. That's just me. So I'm gonna just leave it at that because that be blowing mom. But
I
that's
feel you.
about
So
it.
feedback.
Mhm.
What do y'all think feedback is, or the definition of feedback?
Constructive criticism.
Facts.
You hit it
Off
on
rip.
the nail.
Y'all all agree with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if
Alright.
I ask you how you feeling about certain things, that means that I'm coming to you for feedback, and I want to know what you gonna say that could help me out. If I ain't tell you nothing, if I didn't ask you anything, and you just start talking about how I could do this, that, and the third, once again, what we just was talking about, that's your opinion. I don't give a fuck about what you say. I didn't ask you for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with me doing music, niggas be telling me to change certain things. Like, bro, I didn't ask you for that. Especially if I'm playing my song, yo, bro, you could do this and that better. I ain't
But
ask you
sometimes
for
that's
that.
part of a feedback.
Sometimes depending.
Yeah,
If I
so
ain't ask you shit, don't tell me.
If
nothing.
I'm like, let's just say I'm a producer, right? And
Mhm.
you coming to me because you know I'm this my expert. I got expertise in this, right?
Yeah.
So you coming to find out, well, help me out with this. And if I tell you, yo, you should change that up or lower the tone or bring the, you can't tell me, oh, that's your opinion. Fuck out of here, nigga. You just asked me.
You see
Well, you
how you,
want
you
mine.
see, you
I
see
I mean,
what
you
be
could.
honest.
I mean, you
but
could.
but you see how you
but-
said I asked you. If I didn't ask
Okay.
you, I don't give
All
a
right.
fuck.
But a part of growing up
You feel
too,
me?
sometimes, to her point
It's
earlier,
to listen. Yeah.
It is to listen.
Mhm.
'Cause
right?
remember,
I
I'm
didn't
an
even finish
expert on
my
that.
sentence, and you thought I was gonna say that. That's
My
not what I
fault.
was gonna
I
say.
apologize.
But
Mhm.
what I'm saying is sometimes when you're maturing in your in whatever field it is,
Mhm.
right? Whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your career,
Mhm.
sometimes you are gonna get feedback or constructive criticism that you don't want to hear. However, it
Bite
is
your tongue
helpful.
and hear it.
Exactly, because guess what? It's coming from the expert. It's coming from
Mhm.
someone who did it longer than you.
Mhm.
It's coming from someone who did it
Who
bigger
know
than
what
you.
they're talking
You
about.
understand? Exactly.
No, I
So-
definitely understand that. But if you ain't an expert, shut your mouth.
Then don't ask me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna ask shit.
Alright,
to
make
be
that
honest.
clear.
But if you're not an expert, I don't. Yo,
You
bro,
don't wanna
keep
hear
it.
it.
Just
So let me
Let's
give
move
you the
forward.
definition of feedback so we can get into the game, because the game is really where the debates is at, and
Ooh, I'm
y'all not
waiting.
gonna stand on y'all stuff, and I'm gonna catch y'all.
Aw, shit.
So
I stand on what I say.
feedback.
Trying to set us up.
Feedback is information about reactions to a product, a person's performance of a task, which is used as a basis for improvement,
Mhm.
which includes investigative knowledge, and feedback is usually positive. And we already came up with when would we ask for feedback, and it's kind of like you'd either ask for it or it's kind of given to you. An
Mhm.
opinion, you can ask for it for an
Most of the
opinion,
times we don't.
but most of the time it's not wanted. So now, this game is called opinions versus feedback. I'm going to say a word, and you guys are going to say if it's an opinion or if it is feedback.
You're gonna say a word.
I'm just going to say a word. You don't get a scenario. You're just going to get the word.
I don't
You're
like
going to
this.
tell me if it is an opinion or if it is feedback.
Okay.
So what makes it the drinking part is if majority agrees that it is an opinion, the person who doesn't agree has to drink.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm gonna be drunk.
First one, shade room.
You said
Opinion.
drink if it's opinion.
No. What is
don't.
it?
Oh.
Everybody-
Opinion.
The
It's
shade room is
Definitely,
Definitely a fucking opinion. It's ran by TD Jakes.
I don't know all that. I don't know where you get that fact from.
That's definitely on the
Opinion.
internet. Nah, that's on the internet.
Where you get that knowledge from?
That's on the internet.
I gotta
Do
look
some
that up
research.
after the show. I
Facts.
ain't looked that up.
Alright.
Okay. Raw reviews.
Feedback.
I don't even know what that.
It's on Instagram. So there's Shade Room and there's Raw Reviews.
So
Raw Reviews is a site ran by a group of black women that help other people who have businesses. So what it is Trini is a hairstylist, right? She has all these rules on her website. She's so annoying. She has all these rules on her website. I go and book her as a client. She shows up late, but still charges me a deposit. I can now go to the Instagram page of Raw Reviews and now send all of her information, write a detailed review from top to bottom, and they write this review and go, Britt's hair, Trini's hair salon, this is what,
The
this
customer
anonymous
side, yeah.
person has said about her. Everybody
Their
kind of jumps in
experience.
the comments and goes, oh, I booked that person before. His times where she's done my hair and it was perfect. There's times where she, messed up my hair. Oh, they pick and choose. It's kind of like an open forum, and for you to actually review stuff without Google. It's mostly for black businesses, whatever it is that you're doing. It's run by some people who later on in the season I have the honor of sitting down and talking with. But it's supposed to be to help people. But lately it is a little choppy. So when I told y'all Shade Room, y'all said opinion. I'm giving you Raw Reviews. Is that opinion or is that feedback?
I say feedback. I don't know what y'all want to say.
Is that feedback or opinion?
I already
I
took
think
my
I
shot.
think a little bit of both.
What you say? Opinion?
You talking about Shade Room again?
Yeah. I
No.
feel like
No,
Raw
raw reviews.
raw
What she just
review.
had explained to you. What it was.
Definitely feedback. Yeah. Definitely feedback.
He got a drink.
I already did. I drank
We
earlier.
ain't see it.
Yeah.
I do it again. You're fine.
It's feedback. Copy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So the next one that's gonna throw you for a loop. Social media. Is that an opinion or is that feedback?
Can we do
Hilarious.
50-50?
No. I need your reasons why. Is social media an opinion or feedback? And before you take it deeper than what it is, just know all these points is hitting underneath each other.
I'd
Because
say
the next one gonna have to
majority.
do with that.
I would definitely say social media is an opinion based off the fact that it's just.
I agree with you.
There's a lot of people shit that's up there that most people opinions don't be making no sense up there. They be up there jacking a whole bunch of bullshit. But you got feedback on it where they show you certain shit that we need to see, but we not like certain shit that we don't see on TV. We're gonna see that on social media. You
I
know what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
that's feedback though.
Shit,
But
there be
you
a lot of
you
truth up
going
there.
in the right direction. But I agree with you. So that's
It's
two
50-50.
opinions.
I mean, yeah, it's two opinions, but it's like it's 50-50 for me. But it's mainly based off people's opinions. Because all of them mixy
Yes, that I agree
blogs and shit, like the blogs they be posting their own opinions of certain people, and then you got people in the comments that's like, nah, that's not what this is. So it's basically 9 times out of 10 opinions, but could be feedback at times.
Britt is itching in her seat. Trini is itching in her
I ain't
seat.
gonna
What is
lie.
it? Social media. We talking Sconex, Twitter, MySpace,
Twitter got some shit on there.
Instagram.
It ain't even called
Say, you
Facebook
know,
no more. You
I don't
better.
know what
I'm
it's
not
called.
calling it.
X.
I'm not calling it X.
I mean,
refuse.
all right. I say it's opinion. I'm really 50-50 on it. Like,
All right.
Agreed.
You gotta be 60-40.
I'm with my girl Trini on this one.
Be 60-40.
I'm
Y'all
really
in the middle?
50-50 because it's
Yeah.
All right,
like,
we're going to let that one go.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to the next one.
all right.
Professional dashboard.
What?
The
Professional
professional
dashboard.
dashboard, if you have your Instagram or Facebook account
Feedback.
monetized under business, which it now gives you your professional dashboard of how many people like your page, how many people visit your page, so on and so forth.
Feedback off for it.
Feedback.
I don't
feel
follow
it's
that.
Yeah, that's feedback.
I don't follow that
Okay.
little formula.
Yeah.
for
So now
that
let's
long.
take it back to before.
Mhm.
Social media, opinion or feedback.
It's 50-50. It's
Yeah.
60-40.
Because it's
Depends.
social.
But you know what?
Media.
Opinions could be feedback, though. Like,
No, let's stick to the
Okay, no
definition you
problem.
said at the beginning. Because if not, then you're drinking that whole cup. I'll let y'all come up with the definition.
yo, you see how
And
you
I say,
just-
y'all got to stand on it based
Yes.
off of what you
Yes.
said.
But-
An opinion
Yeah.
is
All right,
judgment
man.
formed about something based on fact or knowledge. So social media What judgment? What knowledge? I'm not here to change your mind, but let's look
That's
at how
like I
y'all
said,
I
it's
feel like
identify
I
it.
feel like it's okay. So I'm sticking to my 50-50. Like
Okay.
Yeah,
you
agreed.
can't just say the whole thing is an opinion and the whole thing
Yeah.
is a feedback.
I'm
because
I got you.
60-40 I'm
social
60-40
mo-
with
We
social
gonna
that.
keep
media
going.
is-
So I'm gonna come off of social media for a minute. Your parents' expectations is what?
opinion.
Off rep opinion. 'Cause let's be 100% real, bro.
Hilarious.
Niggas don't want to be
Maybe
like
I'm
that
just
all the time.
rebellious. So let me really think on it.
I'm definitely rebellious,
Let it
but
out. Yes.
I'm gonna be real. Like parents just don't really understand. And it's like,
All right,
bro,
Will Smith.
yeah,
Jazzy
facts. I
Jeff.
mean,
Until
no,
you become a
because ain't
parent.
nobody smacking me. So let's refrain from that. But let's be real. Like y'all, like all right, certain West Indian parents, you know, they have trades and shit like that, bro. I don't want to be a plumber. I don't want to do all that other extra shit that y'all was doing, bro. I want to find it my own way. So
But is
certain
that an
opinions.
opinion?
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, yo, you should go get a trade for fucking what,
You
bro?
know we need plumbers still though,
We need plumbers still.
and we still need electricians.
Guess what?
Not everybody could be a podcaster and a rapper.
That's 100%. I agree. But guess what? I don't want to
I
do
think
that
it's
shit.
opinion.
Nah, I
It's
feel you.
opinions because it's like I don't want to live like you, bro.
No.
Let me
facts.
grow and find out what the fuck I want to do. And if it's not what y'all was doing, it's a dub. Don't try to judge me for that. And there's always that one dick riding family member. You don't want to be like us. Why you didn't go do this and do that?
And
That's your
Stoney's
opinion.
not going through nothing. This is just him and how he talks.
No,
He
that's
doesn't have
whoa.
issues.
You know what? I ain't gonna put my personal shit out there. I'm,
I'm
just hold
like,
at
this
that,
is he
bro.
not
Hey,
going through nothing.
It's
He
real
just
shit.
talks
I don't,
like
no,
this.
I went through that before though. Like my
What-
family wanted me to do some shit like that. I'm not into that, bro.
What do you think? Opinion or feedback? Your parents' expectations.
I didn't come from a big family like majority. I'm from the Caribbean too, but I didn't come from a big family or raised with a big family like a lot of friends that I know. So, I want to say a little bit of both, kind of like with the media, because some of it is feedback and constructive criticism, and some of it you don't. And that same constructive criticism and advice you don't know or understand until you are at a certain age or until you going through a certain experience. Then you're like, oh, I understand what Mama Lottie was talking about now. I understand what Pops was talking about
That's
now.
sometimes,
and he or
though.
she may not be here, of
Say it
course.
again.
And this is what we're talking about sometimes,
Okay.
right? So you asked me how I feel about this feedback or opinion. I think a little bit of both. Again, from an outside perspective, not coming from a big family. Okay? And also, again, it's just everything at your own pace. It's 50-50 for me.
I feel like your parents' expectations is only an opinion.
It's an opinion.
Everybody is here to live their own life. The first thing that a
Facts.
lot of parents say to you when you grow up is when you get older, you're going to see. But if you're one of those kids that did grow up in a small family, like I did, like as you're talking about, my mother's trials and tribulations were not mine. I looked at hers and was like, I'm not taking that path because that was something I saw. That was not something that you needed to tell me. So how you chose to live your life, that's your opinion. At the end of the day, this is my life. I got to do it. They can't give you feedback on something because feedback means they're holding you to a metric. Remember? What metric are they holding you to? Their only job is to take care of you until you reach that point that you could do it for yourself. So for me, my parents' expectations is just an opinion. You expect me to be there. How many, parents, hey, I want me and my child to get along and we're going to live here and we're going to do this. We all had expectations that at 25, we'd be married with 2 kids and a better job driving a Jaguar.
Okay,
We
but
ain't
Who's
got that.
we?
I
what
mean,
does-
majority of
Who's
people.
we? I ain't
What
think
does
about
us
marriage yet.
having a big family or small family have anything to do with it?
I think
Because I have a
it's
big
more-
family and I feel the same
like
way.
it's
It has
more-
a lot to do.
It's
It has a
more
lot.
What, though?
support,
I'm with
to
her.
be honest. It's a little bit
yeah,
more
because
of
y'all just see y'all perspective. That's
No,
why.
because I got a big family and fuck them. Like I don't got.
But that's what I'm
No,
saying. But
I'm
then,
so serious.
as
Like
humans, we always want the opposite. I didn't have a big family, and I always wanted that.
yeah.
Boom.
I get it, and
So
I don't want a small because it feels like I got a
So
small
you know what
family.
that you know
so
what that
like,
is? That's your opinion.
Well,
of
you know what?
course,
So-
of
Right,
course.
right,
So
right.
you're making
I knew
your
that was
judgment on what you should listen to
Right.
about your parents. Based
Right,
off
but
of
you
your
asked me a
judgment
question,
of
so I'm
an
answering
opinion.
it. Another thing too, another theory that I have is in order to be a great leader, you got to follow at some point. You got to follow a great follower.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's real shit,
someone
though.
is
It don't gotta
some-
be a family.
It don't
All
gotta
for
be
it.
your family, but for me, like I said, I grew up in a small family, so the village is my family. You don't even gotta be blood to be my family when I
Right.
consider you my
I
family.
pick my own family.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you get
definitely.
me? So
All right.
Go for it.
yeah.
So
I
this is
agree.
how we gonna fix that. It's gonna be more simpler. Teachers.
Teachers definitely be having some bullshit opinions.
Feedback.
Teachers
Feedback.
are feedback.
Nah.
Feedback.
No, they
Because
not.
teachers
No.
take you through grades.
I don't
They
know
have
what
to
you
have
went
you
through.
go through tests.
In school.
Your
Maybe
parent,
I
your
went-
mom don't put you through a test
I
to make
went
sure
to-
that you know how to read.
Yeah, I
So that's
Exactly.
why your mom
Wait,
is
hold
an
on, hold on, wait,
opinion,
wait.
but
And your
a
teacher is a
professional,
feedback.
an
It's a
expert
feedback.
Wait,
in
They went
y'all
to school
words
for it. They went to school for
is
this.
feedback.
I went to Prospect Heights prostitute.
That's the
Yo,
problem.
we don't have nothing to
Them
do with the
niggas was on some
school.
bullshit. Nah, we're
I
not
don't.
gonna say
Prospect
all
Heights.
teachers was on
He
all
not
of that.
even really on the show. Please don't sue me for
What you
none
mean,
of that.
man?
I don't
What?
know
Man, listen.
what
Bro,
what it
boy.
was.
Boy.
That ain't got nothing to do with
They
me.
had us learning Mandarin for like 1 month and then
You
changed
was
her to
learning
being
Mandarin?
I
Hear
wish
me out.
I
Wait, let
learned
me
that.
finish.
I
Let me
wish I
finish. Let me
would've learned
finish.
that.
We had a Mandarin teacher, and then she started teaching us Spanish on Rosetta Stone. What the fuck was going on in Prospect
Yo,
Do you-
your
Heights?
kids is real spoiled today.
What?
For real.
I wanted to learn Spanish. How you have an Asian
You
lady that
real
don't know Spanish
spoiled.
teaching
All right.
me
The
Mandarin?
only thing that's going to settle your debate is how do you feel about teachers? Are they opinions or are they
Definitely
feedback?
opinions. They
I
following
definitely
the,
feel like they
following
opinions.
a whole little opinion.
A curriculum?
I think it's a feedback.
What the
I
fuck?
think teachers are. I think teachers
Nah.
are feedback
How?
because some teachers. I don't know what teachers you had
I
with
had some
that
bullshit
school,
teachers.
but that's
Shout
the
out to
problem.
Miss Ali though. Miss Ali, I love you. Like Miss Ali was on some shit. Like she was on some shit. Miss Ali really taught us everything. And my son, Mr. Jones, he was a geometry teacher.
So
He
let me
taught us
fix
about
this
history.
real quick because we got to get through the rest of this so that we can
Mhm.
end out this episode. So let's go back to an opinion.
Mhm.
The definition of an opinion, based on what y'all have come up with, a view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. That means that teachers cannot do reviews or pass you to the next grade without
Off an
knowledge.
opinion.
So their job is not based off of
Yeah.
an opinion.
Y'all need
The
to
opinion
drink.
It's not their
of the
your
curriculum.
y'all opinion is
Stella.
that it's personal.
Drink.
You get what I'm saying? Y'all opinion, y'all opinion
Listen, y'all
is
wanna
that
get into
y'all
that.
had a
Y'all already
personal
know what they
opinion
teaching in
as far
school
as your
is
teacher.
fraud.
So now
fraud.
feedback, information about reactions based off of a person's performance. So I'm still going to stand on your mom can't put your performance together, but your teacher can.
Yeah.
Because they have letters of behavior. Because remember, the teacher reports to the parent.
Right. They may not like
About
you,
the
but that don't got
curriculum
nothing
that
to
was
do with
sent
what they
to them.
teaching.
Your mother doesn't
Most
have a
teachers
curriculum.
cannot even teach what they really want to teach.
But your mother don't have a curriculum on how to teach you. And she
Excuse
damn, your mother doesn't have a curriculum on how to teach you. When parents, when
There's no
when
rules to this thing called
exact,
life.
that's proven.
But that's what the
exactly
definition
right.
is
Based
saying.
off the definition.
Right.
So the purpose for this conversation is that people they say a definition and then they start remixing it to what applies to them.
So
Y'all
we
start
are-
applying
their
y'all
own
opinions.
definition.
So this is supposed to be a helpful thing as to y'all got to stick to what y'all saying. You
But we
stand,
all know
you
here
standing
as a
strong
fact.
and wrong.
I'm strong and wrong. When we all sitting here know for a fact what they teaching in the school systems is fraud.
That wasn't
All
the
for it.
question. I can't attack.
It
no,
is
I
the
can't-
question
I can't
because you
attach
said
the
teacher.
Board of Education.
You said teacher. You can because you said teacher.
I'm not here to
Opinion
attack
or
the Board of
feedback.
Education.
The
We
Board of
just want to
Education
know,
ain't running
based
down.
off of you, is it an opinion or is it a feedback based off the knowledge of what you was already taught of what you said an opinion
Some of
is
these teachers
and
don't
what a
have teaching
feedback
degrees,
is.
so it's opinions.
That part we aware of, but for the sake of teaching other people,
That does
keep
have a
your
read.
opinions out of
You
it.
feel me?
Stick to the facts,
Okay.
not feedback or your opinion.
I think
We
that's
need a
still an
straight
opinion. I think
fact.
that's still
I'ma
y'all
drink again.
opinion.
I'm
You
just-
gonna
I'ma
take a
stick
sip?
Yeah,
Take
I
a
got
sip.
you.
to y'all's opinion.
Performance reviews is an opinion or feedback.
That's a
off
feedback.
rip. That's feedback off rip.
Yeah,
So
it's a
teachers
feedback.
have to give performance reviews, and teachers also have to be performance reviewed. So what's given to them is feedback, correct? I just want y'all to see the double standard of which our next topic is going to lead into as to the things that you guys are saying. You got to be wary of the things that you're saying, and when you're putting
Definitely
out there,
wary.
especially when it comes to
You gotta
media, you
remember
don't
the
want to say the
labels.
wrong thing. You're going to stand on it.
You got to remember the labels that that corporate
I like
corporate
these
America
questions.
put on.
Yeah,
too.
it makes you
like these
think.
questions.
It starts to
Yeah.
realize that hey, I might be
Oh,
the
nah, I'm
problem.
standing on everything.
Nah,
I fucking
stand
say.
on it, but as a-
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not,
I'm not
I'm not the
nothing.
problem.
when
though.
I
ain't
wrote
gonna
it,
lie,
I
ain't
realized
the
I could take
problem.
accountability. When I wrote it, I realized
Mhm.
I gotta take accountability for that because, dag, according to this, I'm doing something wrong. So I might be teaching my niece or somebody else something the wrong way. I'm living life off my opinion. She gotta do hers. All I could do is give her feedback off of me. I can't give her feedback off of her. So the next one, promotions. A promotion
mean
is an
by
opinion or
promotions?
feedback. You getting promoted at your job.
Oh, all right.
Now that little
That's an
nonsense,
opinion.
Now that little Correct. You getting
Opinion.
it. Now the nonsense y'all
Opinion.
talking fits in.
Opinion.
Because at a
Opinion.
job where jobs are messed up, you get promoted based off of opinion. You don't
And if
get
they like
promoted
you.
based off of your
And if
work.
they like you, it
over
all
it.
boils down
Opinion
to
and
if they like you.
Politics. We all
So
know.
we agree.
Yeah.
And dick riders.
Politics.
They be
Next
promoting
one,
all the dick
corrective
riders.
actions,
Corrective
which is
actions.
write-ups at your place.
Opinions.
Opinions.
We right.
Niggas
We
is
right.
dick riders.
It's supposed to be done
That
off of
ass.
feedback,
I
but
think some of
it's
them-
people
I
be
think
peopling.
50-50, 'cause
Nah, ain't
some
no
people be
feedback.
Nah,
wild.
people be peopling.
Niggas be abusing their powers
They do.
when they write you
This
up,
is what,
bro.
you
Either
got
way,
a
it's an
point.
opinion though.
It
Because
is.
because
It
when they
is.
write you up, I don't see no
They don't come to
constructive
you
criticism
with
there.
at all.
anything.
They telling you everything you did wrong. They ain't even telling you what you could do better, how to help you to do better.
As
It's
a
just
matter of fact,
you did
let me
this
throw-
last month.
Let me
3
throw the
months
Frank
ago.
at my old manager, Wendy. Fuck you, Wendy. Fire
Oh,
me for
wow.
no
I
Oh
don't
my
know
God,
when
I
I'm
was a
saying
whole
names.
store manager, ran a whole
Fuck.
store. I
And sometimes-
disagree.
No, I can say it because I no
Bullshit
longer
opinion.
work for the company, and a lot of people that work there. I worked at Target when I was a
me too,
when I was
girl.
a senior
No,
team
niggas-
leader at Target, and
them
I'll be
niggas ain't
honest
hired
with you,
me.
out of my whole store, I was the only person that came in, and when it was time to do reviews, my other leaders was sitting there going, "Oh yeah, I like that person." Once the store manager said a name, I'm sitting here with my book.
Yeah.
I wrote this person up 3 times, 4 times. I don't care if that person got a kid, a cat, or a dog. Okay,
Foul.
I'm giving feedback. But what people do, they do opinions.
Especially
I
if they your
like how She
friend.
come in,
And
she
especially
do that.
especially if they are your friend. If you're a manager and you got a friend and your friend is like, you're their manager. Oh, well, that's my friend. So yeah. But Shorty called out 5 times a week. She ain't come to work. She come to work late, mad excuses, all
Or
this.
the
But
empathetic
yet,
manager that's like, oh,
Come
well, she
on
got
now.
2 kids at home. I don't give a damn. I got a business
Yup.
to run. Because at the end of the day, this is my performance review. And if
Yup.
you was my friend and also my employee, you would have showed up so I would have never had to do this shit to you. So I find that when it come to things like that, it's always opinions. It don't never have to do with feedback because nobody walks into places with paperwork and showing
it's
things
a
like
little
that.
bit of both. It's a
I
little
do
bit of
that.
both.
It
When y'all
shouldn't
look at
be.
the bigger picture, when it comes to everybody got a boss. So when you look at the bigger picture of things, yes, that person might have been late 5 times, and yeah, because of favoritism, she wasn't written up. Yeah, but trust and believe it will affect the
business?
the culture, the business, and that boss that's doing that has a boss. And when
Mhm.
that boss is ready to do an audit, and when that boss is ready to
They
check
come back,
in
why
on
you
things,
ain't why you
correct.
ain't fired Stacy?
Yep.
So I'm right.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
it's
when
not a
it's
little
it's
bit
okay.
a little bit of
It's not supposed to be both. Technically, it's not supposed to be.
Right.
It,
At
it's
all.
never supposed to go
I
on
think it
opinion.
also
but the
depends on the
reality
job.
that it is, like she said, because we've seen it. We've seen it. Yeah. that's
But it
not-
also depends on the job. So you know how you got jobs and you got careers. So
Correct.
like your
That's
job,
a fact.
a lot of people don't give a fuck about
I
their
got
job.
fired
true.
for
You get what I'm
not
saying?
smiling.
That's true.
That's
Okay.
some bullshit.
Customer service, you're not
I
fast,
think
fun,
Britt
and
is
friendly.
right. I think it depends on the company. Excuse me.
You
I think
firing me
Nah,
for
I
not
I
smiling?
think it depends on the
Y'all
company.
both right.
Yeah.
Nah.
But retail, job, career, federal government, and
Yeah.
state stuff like what we doing,
Yeah.
no. They don't care about your kid, your house, your dog. When they
Oh,
want to
I'm
let
glad you
somebody
said that.
go,
Yeah.
it's
Cool.
this is what you signed, and that's what it is. And that's how jobs are supposed to go. When you keep working these little retail ones, and I could say I've been through that chain of all of them. That's why I'm saying.
But
what
I feel
you're
like
saying
job
is
or
not
careers don't
wrong.
give a fuck.
What
Any
you're saying is
company,
not
any
wrong.
major company.
Any major retail company,
Any company?
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
They are doing that, but that doesn't mean it's right. I'm here to talk about facts. And what's right
Doing
is
what? They're
it's
doing what?
supposed to be feedback. A corrective action is supposed to be feedback. It's supposed to go, hey, this is what we're doing to make you better. You did call out. This is what I do have going on. How can we move on to the next step instead of, oh, you called out 5 times, get the fuck out.
Them
I've
niggas
never
don't-
done that before.
Them niggas don't care about availability, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them
Wherever the
niggas-
places that you work, but where I had came from, that particular job, I came with the facts. I was still empathetic, but I still did my job at the end of the day. So I don't give a damn. If you called out 5 times and you was my favorite employee and she called out 2, guess what, bitch? You got to go. I don't care about your house, your car, your kids, or your dog. You know why? Because you ain't care neither.
Right.
I'm giving you feedback because that's what I'm supposed to do. I can't talk about the other managers who do the nonsense, but that's what creates an issue. Tamika's team doesn't, and this person doesn't. That sound personal, but a lot of the retail places, yes, now working an actual career in like an actual city job or a federal job is different. That it wouldn't even exist for
How
you.
does that treat you? How does
So
that
now
federal-
it,
how does it
you're
say
not
that?
even a person.
Okay.
You're not like there's
But
no want in that.
I want to real quick 2 more minutes on that topic because you're right. Even in retail jobs, you can make it a
You
a
can.
career.
No, you could. You
Now, with that being said, though, I think this is where the double standard comes in. what Britt was, my girl Trini Bad was saying. You know, I think it's more child's play in retail. Like, I think it's more like favoritism in retail,
Alright, cool,
where
I agree.
before it gets to, hold on, oh, this manager been doing this for how long for this rep? You get me?
There's
Rather
not
than
much labor laws. There's not much
Right.
labor. There's not much
It takes
consequences
longer.
I
to
agree.
labor law. So that's what I'm saying. I've seen
Yeah.
that to go, you're not wrong, but that's not
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be. So I can't take my opinion and put it on that. What it's supposed to be is it's supposed to be feedback. The last one that I want to do
Yeah.
that's going to get us off into this topic that we did good on is, oh gosh, I had a lot of them. Whatever it is going to be debatable.
I see one that you should say.
Podcast. Is a podcast an opinion or is it feedback?
It's an opinion.
Opinions.
It's an opinion.
Some of these podcasts be filled with opinions, though. They don't be feedback at all. So fuck them. Most of these shits be bullshit anyways. So yeah, it's opinions.
True.
It
Some of
could
them
be
story-
50-50. It
some-
can
50-50.
be.
I'ma
I
say
agree.
50-50,
It
but
can
it's-
be 50-50. It
it's
depends
opinions.
on the
It's
it depends on the podcast.
opinion based.
You can't go off of your, only your opinion
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
on
it's
what you
50-50.
think about
Most of
podcasts.
these shits don't be feedback. Some of
So
these just be
as
bullshit.
we end this episode out, I'm gonna end it out with knowledge for the fellow guests that I have sitting here. And one of them should have already knew the answer to this. Our first episode that I started the season off with was called Podcast 101. And there are multiple podcasts that are out there. There are help ones, storytellers, each one teach ones. But unfortunately, my other peers who are sitting at the table who are, brainwashed into what they think a podcast is
50-50.
that they are given that these certain ones, like that podcast he mentioned that I'm not going to mention, is based off of opinions.
It is.
There are different ones. So for this one, it would definitely be, it's up to you, to be honest, whatever it is that you do. But I know that here on Brooklyn's Balance, I'm here to teach somebody. I'm not a podcast, so you ain't even got to worry about it. But thank you guys for watching
This
this
don't even
episode
count.
of
Yes.
opinions versus feedback. They got a lot to learn. We're going to figure this out. We out.